Hey everyone, welcome back to the SoCal Family Magic Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about what happens if you have 3 days at the parks. Which park do you do twice? This is going to be a $200 question that we're going to answer today. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let's get into which park goes twice if you have a 3-day ticket. All right, so just to level some baselines again, we're talking about 1 day each park
for 3 days.
for 3 days. So no park hoppers, and Genie Plus is optional if you want to do it, but it's really the fact is that you bought the 3-day package from Disney, which is usually a bundle because the more days you buy, the cheaper per day it becomes. Okay.
Wait, how many days can you buy total?
I think you can go up to 5. I think that's the biggest
Oh,
packages that
okay.
they offer. But a lot, the 2 or 3 days are usually the most popular packages. I do believe they have a 4 and a 5, but at that point it's just superfluous, and I don't think it really matters what you do
Doesn't
with it.
matter, yeah.
But most people are going to come in for a week. So you take a travel day to come in, you take a travel day to leave, and then you got your 3 days at the parks. And so the real problem here is that you got to pick only one park you can do twice. And the question becomes, which park do you do twice? So which one would you do twice if you had to choose?
I mean, I prefer. This is my preference, but this is not what I would do. I like DCA, so I would love to hang out at DCA all day long. But I think that the best recommendation is to do Disneyland twice
Yeah.
because it is the biggest park and it does have the most rides. So if you want to do a lot of those rides, you're gonna need those 2 days.
Not only that, but it has the most shows as well.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like you can do Disneyland on day 1,
Mm-hmm.
do like Fantasmic, right?
Yep.
Maybe the fireworks on your way out.
And you will need some protection for Fantasmic. You get wet.
You get wet.
Like really wet. Like no kidding wet.
Yeah, there's a lot of water up in the air. Watch it during the summer. The Fantasmic is a good summer show. I wouldn't watch it in the winter.
Yeah, no.
All right, but you can do Disneyland 1 day so that you can take advantage of one or two of the night shows. Keep in mind that's 2 or 3 night shows you want to do at night. But I would do Disneyland day 1, do Disney's California Adventure day 2, and then come back to Disneyland on day 3 so that you can wrap up anything you didn't do on day 1. Because DCA just does not. DCA has a lot of food, but there's not a lot of
good food.
but there's not a lot of activities that you wouldn't be able to do in 1 day.
Well, I guess it depends on the audience, right? Depends on whether they just want the food or the rides.
You may need to go back for more food, but I think most people can stuff food in their mouths and they can eat a lot.
Yeah, but
I think
I'm just saying if somebody prefers the good food, then DCA would be the best choice.
Yeah, no.
But if they are there to actually do the rides and the shows, then
Disneyland would be the better option.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of choose. You got to you got to pick. Do you want to eat more food and do more of that experience of that foodie experience? And DCA would be my choice for doing it twice. Also, if you like the thrills, right? If you're into bigger coasters, bigger rides that are not Dumbo, then DCA might be the right park for you as well, right? Because there's just doing Guardians twice would be worth it. Doing Radiator Springs, I mean, I can do that right on just infinite loop.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me off. In fact, we've done it twice like that, right?
Yeah, so we have.
We broke down in the middle of the ride one time. It was like, I wouldn't say the middle. We broke down in the last 30 seconds.
Where it goes down for the picture.
Yeah, so before the picture at the very, very end, there's like maybe 30 seconds left in the ride. We broke down there, and they sent us a second time. So that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think really it's very subjective. So here's our list. If you prefer food, right? If you want to say, I want to maximize, I want to get the best food in my 3 days.
Yeah, try all the foods. Yeah.
Do DCA twice because that's going to give you the best food, especially since DCA does seasonal food. And they do these like passes that you can buy. They're like $50 and you get like 6 foods or something like that. You might not get through them all in 1 day. So you might need to go back a second day to finish going through your food passes. Right. But there's just so much food in DCA. So if food is a priority for you, do DCA twice. If big thrill rides are a priority for you, do DCA twice because you're going to get the bigger rides, the bigger thrills, way more fun. And those lines are so much longer anyways. So you might not be able to get to them all depending on how crowded the park is when you go.
I guess if you're only adults going to the park and you want an adult experience, go to DCA.
Yeah, DCA has a lot more alcohol as well. So if you want to just walk around with alcohol in your hands, and that's the place where you go to.
But if you're a family, then I recommend going to Disney twice.
I think
Mhm.
on the Disneyland side, if you're family, right, if you have little young ones, they have just way more rides that they're going to be able to get on.
They do have more options over there for
Yeah.
the little ones.
Because over on the DCA side, you can't get on Guardians with if you have a baby, like if you're carrying a baby. You can't get on Radiator Springs if you have a baby. You can't get on Incredicoaster if you have a baby. You can't get on Goofy Sky School if you have a baby. Right? You can't get on you basically you
The
eliminate half the
swings,
rides.
they don't let you get on
Yeah,
the
like
swings.
half the
right?
rides are
I mean, it makes
eliminated.
sense. You don't want.
Yeah, I would say more than half the rides. If you have kids that are 5 years or less, then definitely don't do DCA twice because you've eliminated basically 50% of the rides that you even qualify to get on. So Disneyland is going to be your best option at that point.
Mhm.
I think if you're on the Disneyland side, so we got if you have small children, you're going to want to do Disneyland twice because there's just so much more rides.
Mhm.
If you are there for experiences like shows and entertainment of that kind,
Or
then-
nostalgia.
or nostalgia, then Disneyland's going to be another reason to be doing it twice because there's just so many events happening that you can't do like rides and the events. You might do a day where you just do events and then sneak in a couple of rides, and then a day where you only do rides but no events. Right?
Mhm.
And so you got to kind of pick and choose. And I think that's why Disneyland's a better play for the 2 days because there's just so much more to do. There's so many activations everywhere, and so many shows, and just so much stuff happening.
It is.
Why else would you go to Disneyland twice?
Hmm.
Guardians, I mean, Rise.
Rise. If you're a Star Wars fan,
If you're a Star Wars fan, there's so much to do in just in Batu
yeah,
that you can't really do it justice running through it in one day.
true.
Like, there's so many shops, there's so many details.
They
in
have the
all
show too.
They have the night show, but it's just like all the little details of everything. Then they got the cantina and Olga's cantina, right?
Yeah.
There's so much experience that you have to do in Batu that if you rush through it, you're just not going to maximize your time there. So
Yeah.
you might want to go back a second day and hang out just in Star Wars Land to kind of really appreciate and absorb everything there. If you have little kids, Toontown closes early,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so you might not be able to appreciate all the details in Toontown either. So you may need to go a second time to Toontown just to really absorb all of those details because they just redid a lot of that section of the
Yeah,
park.
they did. It's really nice though for the little ones. That Toontown area.
Yeah.
Very interactive, very hands-on.
Yeah, and then depending on the time that you go, right? In California Adventure, you don't really get they have a couple of Christmas overlays like that they do with Mater and the Luigi's,
Mm.
but I don't think they're good.
No.
I think they're like whatever. But on the Disney side, if you're going, especially around the holidays, you can only do Haunted Mansion in that time.
Oh, and right now, and during the Christmas season, you can do the
That's a small world.
no, the they have the night before Christmas.
Yeah, but they've had this since Halloween.
Oh, they do.
They've
Huh?
had this since August 22nd that they've.
Oh wait, so what do they do? They don't
It's the
change
same
it.
thing. No, they don't change it anymore.
Oh.
But they've pushed out how early it goes. But someone like our friend Sean, right? He had never done the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay. And so it's one of those things where, like, if you're especially if you're coming over the holidays, it's worth going to the park twice because you just normally during the year you don't get to experience those things, but those things are so special to me
Mm-hmm.
that I think it'd be worth doing twice.
I guess yeah, makes sense.
Right, just because you won't get to see it again, especially if you come during the off season, it's just going to be, it's a small world with the annoying song
Oh
for 10 minutes
no.
versus the holiday cheerful version that I prefer over that. But yeah, no, that's how I would do. If I had a 3-day park ticket, I'd do Disneyland twice, my
Mhm.
opinion, and then DCA once. But we gave you a good amount of lists so that you can choose what's worth it for you, because every team, every family is going to be a little bit differently, and then you have to choose what is more valuable to you and what's more important to you so that you make the right choice. Whichever way you go, though, it always sucks that you have to make a call, right? It always
Yeah.
sucks that you're only going to be able to do one park twice. And so for that, I would recommend you do maybe the 4 or the 5-day ticket. And we aren't going to do videos for that because just a repeat of all these. But if you absolutely need to do both parks, then get a 4-day ticket or get a 5-day ticket. The other thing that is really nice, and it depends if you're local, in Disneyland, you don't have to go sequentially. right? You can go within like a period of like, it depends on which tickets and where you get your tickets from. But sometimes you can do like a Friday, Saturday, and then go do like a Monday, Tuesday.
But it all has to be done in 1 month.
It depends on the ticket and where you
Oh.
got it from, right? Some of them, like there's like the SoCal ticket that it's like a 2 or 3 day, and you got like 180 days to do it. Right.
Mm.
Some of them, when you buy them, especially when you buy them online, you have like a week. You have like 7 days to use up 3 days.
We should make an episode. If you bought the SoCal ticket, what should you do?
Yeah. So there's just check where and how you got your tickets because it's gonna govern. But just know that another idea.
Pro tip here:
Yeah.
if you have a family member that lives in SoCal, have them buy the ticket for you. They don't check for. They don't check
They don't check at the park.
They don't check at the
check
park
when you're buying.
Yes, but if you buy it, if you
Just
buy it
Venmo,
on
Venmo is all the money over.
Venmo sell them, and then that way you get the discount and you get
Right.
the flexibility.
Yeah, but definitely check, right? Because
Just don't tell anybody.
yeah, it'll be our little secret. But yeah, no, there's definitely some tactics that you have, and I would tell you, I would say if you have the 3 day and you don't have to do it sequentially, I would do a Disney California a off day. Maybe you go to the beach, maybe you go to Hollywood, right? Maybe you do other touristy things in LA, and then I would come back and do Disneyland, or I would just rest that day, right? Just hang out at the.
You could rest at the beach.
Yeah, rest at the beach or rest at the pool hotel, or maybe just walk around downtown Disney.
It's resting. It's called resting, not walking.
Eat around downtown Disney.
Is there anything good at downtown? Well, I guess we can make an episode. Is there anything good to eat there?
Top places to eat at downtown Disney. Top places to shop at downtown Disney.
Mm.
All right, folks. If you found this episode valuable, make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and we'll see you in our next episode.
Bye.